The first Descendant players got another big W as Nexon just listened to their community again and made some changes to one of the most boring game modes in the game. If you are subscribed to our channel, then you might have already watched our video about why the outpost mission in the game should be changed, and we are glad to hear that the developers did make a huge change. Plus, they said that they'll further improve the outpost experience in Season 2. So the change was just a small tweak, but it's really huge, especially for those solo sharing outpost farmers. Right now, instead of the 1-minute cooldown, the outpost will only have a 30 seconds timer after a successful infiltration. Now, some players say that the timer should be 20 seconds or even 10 seconds, but I think that is too much and not optimal. If you are farming outpost missions right now, you won't feel the 30 seconds cooldown, as it's the most optimized time, in my opinion, to reset all your cooldowns before entering the mission again. In addition, the developers also outlined a rework for the outpost mission, revealing that they will overhaul the role and gameplay of outposts, aiming to improve them so they become more engaging content with continuous battles. They also added that they recognize that the main problem with outposts is forcing inconvenient reward acquisition and lengthy 1-minute cooldown leading to tedious gameplay. To address this, they plan to enable you to farm amorphous materials not only in outposts but also during infiltration operations. This update will allow you to choose between the outpost, then fragment, and then fusion reactor, or go with the infiltration, then fragment and fusion reactor farming paths, enabling farming without relying on Sharon. This change will be implemented early in Season 2, and honestly, this is really huge for the game. Now, in our video tackling about the outpost mission, we have said that the developers should remove the game mode and make something new. This was just our normal reaction as a player, as we really think that the outpost mission needs some drastic changes. In fact, we also recommended that Nexon should also implement the pity system to the amorphous materials farmable in outpost missions. If you don't know, Nexon is also planning to implement a pity system, wherein your chances of getting an item within an amorphous material will increase after a couple of tries. We think that this can also be done with the amorphous materials itself, especially those that have a higher chance of acquiring, only if you are playing Sharon in an outpost mission. Right now, we think that the idea is dumb and the developers made a better one, and this is really great in paper, and we hope that it will be implemented in the game flawlessly. We are hoping that each time we successfully infiltrate a Vulgus power unit, then it will give us 25% chance of getting the exclusive amorphous material reward from that specific outpost mission. The developers also said that they aim to make the game mode engaging with continuous battles, and they specifically said that the rework will also remove the reliance on Sharon for increasing your chances of getting the additional rewards in outpost missions. We know Nexon is looking at their game statistics all the time, and we think that they know how good the 400% dungeon is. In line with this, I think they'll be making changes to the outpost mission based on the most popular activity in the game. They'll be removing the stealth gameplay, or could possibly increase the percentage to 50% when infiltrating the outpost while using the stealth of Sharon. If they will not be increasing the percentage of amorphous material acquisition, then it's safe to say that they'll also be reworking Sharon before Season 2, as this will definitely cripple the Descendant. Now, I know some of you guys enjoy Sharon differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, just like how Enzo is tied with encrypted vaults, it's hard to entice players on playing Sharon if she's not going to be useful in outpost missions at all. Enzo has a skill module that allows him to be desirable in void intercept boss battles. With the skill module, he can buff the critical hit of all party members. On the other hand, Sharon can be good also outside of outpost missions, but you will need to have a well-optimized build, and while it's a pill that's hard to swallow, I honestly think that even with an optimized build, you won't interest players on playing Sharon outside of outpost missions right now. This is why I think it will be a great idea to also rework the skill set of Sharon, and if they do rework the Descendant, then we can possibly see an ultimate version of Sharon coming also in Season 2 update. Now, there are more worthy Descendants to get an ultimate version right now, just like Blair, Enzo, or even Jaber, but if we see the trend in the first Descendant, the player base prefers to play beautiful women in this game. The girls sell more compared to the guys, and Season 2 will be released this December. The holiday season means players have more money to spend than usual, and I think that Nexon will capitalize on this. Hence, I think that they will lean towards releasing a female Descendant this December. The best candidate will be Ultimate Luna or Ultimate Sharon, and if they're reworking the outpost mission so that it will not be reliant on Sharon's abilities, then it would be fair that they'll rework Sharon. And mind you, both Valby and Freyna got some huge changes before they got their ultimate version. While not a complete overhaul of the Descendant, Valby received good skill modules and some quality of life changes that makes the ultimate Descendant not just good in farming outposts with the Valby run method, but it did provide versatility to the Descendant. And there's Ultimate Freyna, which does not just rival Bunny with kill speed now, but she can also be as tanky as hell and can melt void intercept boss bosses with her ultimate ability. In the case of Sharon, it would be nice if we see some increase in her damage potential, and honestly, the Descendant has good abilities, but it feels like all her skills has limiters. Nexon needs to break this chain that they have strangled Sharon to release her full potential, and if we will see Ultimate Sharon in Season 2, then we could possibly see a more versatile version of the Descendant. I really think that the second season of the first Descendant will be huge for the game, as it will come with tons of improvement to the game. Not just improvement which are out of nowhere, but these changes come from player feedbacks, which makes it more interesting. If Nexon continues this path of always listening to their player base, then they will have a huge following of loyal players. Right now, I'm really rooting for this game to succeed, and I'm one of those folks who likes to make the grind easier in the game. However, I know that some players don't like it though, as eventually they think that they have wasted their time grinding all the stuff and it would be a slap in their face to decrease the level of grind in the game. Honestly, there's nothing I can say about this, and in fact, I agree that we have wasted our time grinding for those items in the game. But for the first Descendant to get better, I really think that the grind should change because it's one of the worst I have seen in my life as a gamer. It was bearable for a couple of months, but it will definitely burn out players with all those crazy low chances of getting items in the game. So that's all about it. Before you go, I would also like to know your opinion about the Outpost rework and what other changes would you like to see in this game mode in Season 2. Also, would you like to see Ultimate Sharon in Season 2, or do you prefer other Descendants to have an Ultimate version? Let us discuss in the comment section below. But before doing so, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel for more of the first Descendant content. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Squad Leader signing off.